Welcome to Fun and Games Side Quests. Every episode is a different host sharing a video game they love and why they love it.
Hi, it's me again, Nikki. You may know me from various platforms such as Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube as CommanderNici, and on those platforms I live out my nerdy life and post about everything that I love. Or you know me from the last time that I was on here and talked about Maneater. This time I'll step into the role of another animal, a cat. And if that isn't reason enough to like this game, I'm going to tell you why you should check out Stray, the adventure game developed by BlueTwelve Studios and published by Annapurna Only Bangers Interactive. In Stray, you're a cat navigating through a city void of humans, but inhabited by robots instead. You're trying to make your way up to the surface through a neon-lit cyberpunk-styled town, which gets me to the second reason why I love this game. First being that you can be a cat. The environment looks so pretty and cool, and even the part of the story that is maybe kinda scary still is very cool and impressive. Another awesome thing about the game is the mix between the platforming and the puzzle solving, and even though I'm not the biggest fan of stealth, the small section of it that was there was super fun too. Also, you can partake in lots of cat activities like scratching up carpets and furniture, rubbing up on legs of the robots, or tripping them. Oh, and the soundtrack is great too, and for me, the soundtrack often makes up a good portion of why I love a game. Also, the animation of the cat is so amazing. And let's be real here, the animators had the best excuse to look at cat videos all day long. Research. Which is good for them, because in an interview they said that they are huge fans of cats and after the animal, not the musical. Maybe the musical, but probably not the movie based on a musical. But in an interview they mentioned that after the success of the Twitter account Can You Pet That Dog, they wanted to give cats some spotlight too. Another aspect of why I really enjoyed the game was the moments of calm, which gave me some Life is Strange vibes, because similar to those games, you had some spots where you could sit down for a while and the camera would pan out and you could just enjoy the soundtrack and the scenery. And talking about vibes, I just love how everything in this game looks. The abandoned city with the plants everywhere just give me those kinda The Last of Us, Death Stranding, post-apocalypse vibes that I love so much. And that kinda scary section I briefly mentioned earlier is also really cool and has some kinda eldritch horror vibes. You'll definitely know what I mean when you see it and play it. And there's also like this neon lit cyberpunk styled section. The genre, not the game. I haven't played that. I can't talk about that. And it's just amazing and looks so good. The whole aesthetic of the game is just so great. Also, have I mentioned yet that the first section of the game is pretty much open world? And if you know me or have listened to my Maneater episode, you'll know that I love open world games. What I also love in games is Easter egg and references, and Stray has quite a few, so that's great. And with about 6 to 8 hours of story and gameplay, it's a nice shortish game with a great story that you can finish with just a few play sessions without taking too much of your time. No section in this game feels like it could or should be left out. Maybe there are like one or two fetch quests that some players might not enjoy, but for me there were no huge problem because as I was exploring the city, I already picked up all the items that I needed for those quests, so it was good. A little fun fact about me. When I was a kid, I loved the Warriors books by Aaron Hunter. You know, those books where the house cat ran away and started to live in the woods with the wildcats and got on lots of adventures there. By the way, both main characters in the books and in Stray are red, so that's fun. Long story short, it's almost like this game was made just for me. And aside from that, with the cat, it has another thing that I love: robots that have human characteristics. Which is really cool because in another interview, or maybe the same interview, I read that first the developers wanted to put humans in a game, but with the art style they were going for, humans would have been too hard to animate, and therefore they decided to try robots. And it's amazing because the design of the robots is just so cool, with their heads being screens and that they can emote with the screens and have like little smiley faces or hearts depending on the character of the robot, and how the cat interacts with them. That's cool. Talking about robots, I need to mention the little drone companion that you have, BlueTwelve, which is a reference to the studio BlueTwelve. And the drone kind of reminds me of BD-1 from Jedi Fallen Order, so it's double adorable, first by itself and second by association. So yeah, I think I talked enough about Stray. I just want to say that it's a great game. I don't regret buying it at full price, which was at launch about $30. If that's too much for you, definitely go and maybe pick it up at a sale. It's great. And with Stray being the first game that BlueTwelve Studios developed and Annapurna Interactive published, I'm expecting great things from them because I haven't yet played an Annapurna Interactive game that I didn't like. So I can't wait to see what BlueTwelve Studios will put out in the future. Stay awesome and perfect and happy gaming.
Hi, I'm Matt, aka Stormageddon, and I'm the host of CPOV Autographs at certainpov.com. It is a bi-weekly interview series where I interview folks from all over the arts, from writers to comedians to magicians to musicians, even actors, historians, podcasters, pretty much anyone who's willing to chat with me for a little bit. If you like interesting conversations with even more interesting people, go to certainpov.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, music is life, and life is good.
CPOV. CertainPOV.com.